look at this guy's weight, where is the majority of his weight? It's off the side of the bike, right? So when his weight is off of here, it's off the bike, it's off the suspension. When you got more weight on the suspension, it doesn't work as well. You know, your suspension works better when you don't have all that weight on the suspension. So look at the next picture. His weight is all over the suspension. It looks like he's about to start accelerating here. If you notice how far compressed the forks are though, a lot of that is because he's still got a lot of weight over the bike. So if you're here and you've got all the weight on your, especially on your forks, they don't have any travel, so really if you hit a bump or anything, it's all transferring into your body. If you're off to the side and you have the weight off of the bike, and you've got a real light grip here and you just hold on to your legs, that bike can move up and down. And you know, it allows the suspension to be more free, so the bike's gonna go track over bumps a lot better. You won't have to get that, oh my God, moment.
How much you have to go off the seat with this side? Like on the way he's turning, how much off you have to be from the bike?
Maybe half a cheek or so.
Yeah, never more than one cheek. Half a cheek off.
When we say that last picture is a little bit extreme, it's a little bit extreme in body position. And it's probably because he's getting real far off because he's about to start driving and he wants to get the bike upright as much as possible so that there is a good contact patch on the rear. Yeah. That is extreme. The thing is, guys, when you ride today and if you really feel like you're doing a lot of body position, I can tell you right now, in this level, go more extreme because you might think that you're getting way off the bike. When you see pictures of this event tomorrow or the next day, you're going to be like right up over the bike. So today might be a good day to practice being a little bit more extreme and getting off the bike a little bit more.
That's kind of why we use this extreme example, because if you look at this, you'll do a fifth of that, and you'll be about right.
Exactly.
You'll be about right.
And you'll be a lot happier with your pictures.
Yes. And you'll be a lot happier with the way your bike behaves.
Yes.
And what Chris was saying also about being loose in the hands in that position off the bike, if you're tight in the upper body and shoulders like that, then all that track shock, all the unevenness of the track is transferred into the back of your neck. And when you're trying to hold your head from doing this all day, by the end of the day, your neck is going to be stiff. So if you're loose on the bars, then the bike takes it up, you don't. You stay loose, you move with the bike instead of being moved by the bike. Right? Yeah, one of the things other people say is lead with your chin. You know, if you reach out with your chin and look as far over and in as you can with your chin, then that pulls your body into the proper position. But one thing I do with my students is when I stop and sit on the bike and I say, okay, do this, and I move them in. You know, I say, okay, move down, okay, right there. And once I do that, then people go, oh, I see, that's where I want to be. So if you're not sure if you're getting there, ask your instructor to show you what it looks like, show you what it feels like. Sit on your bike, have your instructor put you there, and that way you get a little muscle memory as to where it is and what it feels like. Sound good? Yes, sir?
So the extended arm, the outer arm, is that usually you have to make the knot?
No, it should never be straight. Notice he's in an extreme body position and his elbow is still very bent. If you get so far over that your arm goes straight, you have no reserve. You're locked into a very deep position that you have a very difficult time recovering from. So both elbows should remain bent. You should never get so far off that this elbow has to straighten out. It should always remain loose and comfortable, wrapped around that tank. Become your own best riding coach. Be your own riding coach. This is only a 7-hour day of listening to us, me and your instructors, and thinking about this stuff. But when you take your bike out on the street, think about this stuff. How can you use it on the street? How are you going to be able to critique yourself? So, study how these things work and become your own coach. Become your own constructive critic. And think about this whenever you're riding. Whenever you get on your bike, think about, okay, you may be on the street, you may be in the hill country, but you still can practice these skills. And they take so much practice that you can really benefit yourself by using them when you ride on the street. How many of you still ride on the street? Yeah, see? So you gotta get out there and see this stuff and feel this stuff and use it. The only problem with practicing these skills is it can lead to more track days. So plan ahead. Like Dave was saying this morning, you know, how many of you were hooked after your first track day? I know I was. Some people are, some people aren't, but it was a big revelation to me. And honestly, since then, I've ridden very little on the street because I enjoy the track so much. My interest in street riding has run down.
But the first day you never start being nervous the whole...
That's right. The first track day, how many of you, this is your first track day? Yeah, you know, you can be nervous all day, and you'll be more tired because of it. So as the day wears on, take a little more break. Give yourself a break. Don't get strung out.
The second time you come back, you are like 1,000 times better than
Yes.
the first time.
That's true. It's an exponential jump.
As long as you practice skills, that's the main thing. There's some people that come out and they just run, you know, 95% of their pace all day and they don't really practice skills. And what happens is when they come back the next time and you come back and you recognize them, you've been practicing skills, you'll be faster than them and it's no effort to you. But if they haven't been practicing, they have the same bad habits.
Yeah, it's difficult to, you want to get instruction because if you don't, you just perfect your mistakes. But you also want to try to use that this time to coach yourself into how to ride well. And this really comes down to this idea of matching, these are the basic skills to match your speed to a constantly changing environment. If you know how to do these things, you can set your speed easily, correctly, and quickly for any situation. It'll keep you safe. The idea of gaining and protecting those skills by building them, so that when you get in a tough situation, what to do is automatic. It just happens because you practiced it over and over and over. Next session, think about what you want to practice. Pick out a couple of things and practice them. You know, don't try to hold this all spinning around in your head. Think about, I want to practice how I get on and off the brake, or whatever it is for you. If you're having trouble, ask your instructor. That's why we get paid the big bucks. Correct your mistakes as you go. You know, if you don't get it that right, you know, don't beat yourself up if you miss a corner. Just come around again and practice it the next time around, you know. You're going to circulate all day, so you'll have plenty of time. Correct it on the next time around. And this is really important. I find this really helpful. Use a straightaway to relax. Like I said earlier, you know, anybody can fly down the straightaway. But where the fun is, or the excitement is in the corners, right? That's why we're here. So use a straightaway to relax and think, okay, when I get to turn 1 and 2, I want to work on how I get on and off the brakes, or I want to work on how I move between corners. How do I move my body from turn 1 to turn 2? You know, think about where you want to work. And use each session to kind of make a little plan. When you leave here, meet with your instructor, a little plan. I want to do this, I want to do that, I want to focus on this turn, I want to focus on that turn.